I was pleased with the soundness of our effort. We were sound fundamentally on offense and on defense. We lost track of Les a couple times, but look, they're a good scoring team. Davis has been scoring a lot of points against most opponents, and we knew Les was just a superior shooter. 8 for 9 is awful good, and not many of them were even close to the three-point line. So we did have a little trouble guarding him, but beyond that, I thought our defensive execution was solid. We turned them over a couple times, got some scores out of the turnovers. I thought Keith really functioned as a playmaker. DJ gave us a good lift off the bench, as did Stephon Smith. It was just a solid overall performance, kind of validating a lot of the work we did this week to move our team forward. And as I've been saying to a lot of people, you know, there's different ways to gauge progress, but one that has to be part of the equation is starting to get results. So it was good to get a good result today.
How does the team feel after a 20-point win?
Well, I think it only helps. You know, it makes particularly young people more confident. I'm a grizzled veteran, and it doesn't really do much to me one way or the other. I told Keith this after the shoot-around, heck, let's blow them out by 1 tonight. I mean, we just need to get the result. But I think it will help our guys because they need to be validated for all. This group is a great group of young people, and they're working really hard, and they need some positive outcomes. And to take control of the game early and then never really relinquish control, that's the mark of a solid team. And so I think that's one of the real positive outcomes in tonight's game.
So one area that could be overlooked, at least in the stat sheet, is Matt Ballard.
Matt is just super solid. You know, when you watch as much film as we do, he does many little things in our system that enable other players to make plays on offense, and he patches holes on defense. He's just smart. He's a smart young man, and he also brings his brain to the game. There are a lot of smart guys who can't play a sport at this pace and intensity, and Matt's one of the guys who can.
James had a couple of off nights and comes out and goes 6 for 6.
Well, I think some of that with James was his hand was hurt. I mean, he had a deep bone bruise in his shooting hand, and we didn't talk about it before Cal and Cal Poly, but I don't think James will go 3 for 24 the rest of the season in any stretch, except maybe playing me and Horse or something. We have a ton of confidence in James. If he sets his feet and he's got a good look, he's got to put it up. And he and Keith are really linking up really well, and that's really good to see. He got us going. James definitely got us going.
That's good.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Yeah, just look at the camera. Yeah. What's the need for the team to get back in the win column?
It's real big. I think mainly for our confidence. Since we dropped a couple in a row, haven't been playing too well lately. So to get this one at home, I mean, before we leave for Christmas and go home for a couple of days, it means a lot.
Let's talk about your game tonight. You kind of had the hot hand.
I mean, hand got better, like Coach said. I mean, I didn't really want to use that as an excuse a couple games. I'm not the one to come up with excuses, but I mean, it's feeling real good now. I'm getting a lot of shots in rhythm. Keith found me tonight, like he usually does. I mean, if I shoot with confidence, I mean, I think it's gonna go in every time, and I did that tonight.
But at the same time, you are working to get yourself open, whereas what I remember the last 2 games you were struggling to get open, or the other team, the opponent was doing a good job of not letting you get open.
Yeah, I mean, the team since I've had a couple of games where I've hit a bunch of shots. They've adjusted the scouting report on me. And Cal, they did a real good job, and Cal Poly, they both did a real good job. Just making sure somebody was in me every time I caught the ball, and just made it tough for me. Made me take tough shots every time I put one up, and it was tough. Every shot was defended. And tonight I got just a little bit of space, and that's all I needed to get a shot up. And they was just falling for me tonight.
You guys actually, I mean, how would you rate tonight's defensive performance?
I would give us a B. I don't know much about UC Davis, about who they played before. But Coach said that they've been scoring a lot of points against everybody. They've been scoring a ton of points. They haven't been winning much, but they've been scoring points. And that was a big key point of ours tonight, was just slowing them down offensively. And I know Les, he got it going from 3. He was 8 for 9, I think. But I mean, other than that, we locked in on all the guys. The big guy, Richard, he's been playing real well, and we did a good job with him tonight. So that was real big.
Because it seemed like when they were getting shots, I mean, they had to go deep in the shot clock to really make it, just to get an attempt at the basket.
Yeah, we just wanted to make it real tough for them, every possession they got. Cause I know they already they're real patient on offense. They don't really rush too much, but they won't hesitate to take the first open shot they got. And we just made sure we were on top of all their shooters, running them off the line, and just making them take tough twos. And we could hit the boards tonight too, so that always helps.
Okay, James.
Thank you.